Hi, my name is Keith and I'm known as the Florida Stone Man, and today I'm going to be talking to y'all about why God doesn't really help some people. Yeah, this is a very straightforward video. He just doesn't help some people like that. He helps them in a sense that doesn't seem like help. He helps regardless, but some people, let's just say, there are a certain category of people out here who are like, oh God, I've been waiting forever for God to help me. And then I'll talk to the people, and I look at what they're doing, and they're not doing any of the spiritual work. Your positive thinking means nothing. Your positive thinking means absolutely zero. You can think positively all you like, and that doesn't do anything for you. I don't like saying it like that. And yeah, this will be one of the shorter videos, but that positive thinking means nothing. It's useless. It's meaningless. It equals out to zero. Complete zero. Completely nothing. And once people realize that, they're like, oh great, so positive thinking doesn't mean anything. Yeah, it doesn't mean anything. What does mean something? What you're intaking into your brain. Whatever you want or desire, it doesn't matter. You'll get it or you won't get it because your brain, through Jesus, is programmed a specific way. So you'll have all these Christians out here asking God for stuff, and God will promise it. God will deliver. He will not deliver a lot of those promises to people in life who can't follow through on their promises. That's why all these people have their promises fulfilled in heaven. Yeah. So these people like, oh, God promised me this. If you can't manifest, you're never going to have it. That's the essence of this video. He can give you something. And what if you just believe that he's going to give it to you? That's manifesting it. But you're getting promised stuff by God, and if it seems like he's not coming through, it's because you're not manifesting hard enough, or you're not waiting long enough, or you're not manifesting while you're waiting long enough. Yay. So that's why you have a bunch of... a lot of this world is unsuccessful Christians, and it sucks to say that, but that's true. A lot of God's children are very far from him and very close to him at the same time. So when you're talking to Jesus, a lot of people are just in bad places talking to Jesus, or in a really good place, and they're not moving. So let me get this to a different topic. One thing you will see in this world is these manifestors online. Abraham Hicks, Bob Proctor. You'll have all these different master manifestors, and they have nothing to do with God. They don't care about God. They don't talk about God. One or two of them mentions God, but those are some of the most successful manifestors, and they have nothing to do with God. Why is all these people who have nothing to do with God being more successful than people who have to do something with God? Well, you have to understand there's heaven and there's earth. So a lot of those people are going straight to Sheol. So they don't acknowledge God and they have a good life on earth, but then they get straight to Sheol. So that sucks, right? Yeah, but not now. It sucks later on. So when it comes to how can you be successful here, why don't you learn something about what those people are doing? So you have all these godless people, and they're not even selling their souls. You have people, and that's the unfortunate thing. You have Israel, who basically complain, has walked through the desert. If Israel and the Bible knew how to manifest, it wouldn't be 40 years. It would be months. They'd probably do it in months if they all manifested together. Probably way less than that. So that's the thing. For these master manifestors, they have nothing to do with Jesus. They don't care about Jesus. They'll never teach about Jesus. And then you have two categories of people. And a lot of the people who are in the place of elevation, who, for example, pastors and priests, they steal from their entire congregations. So this is a very real topic. And this is why you see people like, people say, I've been praying for 10, 20, 30, 40 years, nothing's been happening, because you don't know how to manifest. And God can't help you. God will never help you if you can't manifest like that. And it sucks to say that. And I'm being real. People it's a wake-up call. If you can't manifest, God's not helping you. You'll get your promise in the afterlife. He won't. He'll help you a little bit here and there. He'll help you to try to learn how to manifest. Because God's not going to do all the work for you. He's just not. He will not. If you expect him to do all the work from you, it'll seem like he's taking everything away from you, or that he's making you suffer. That's because he's waiting on you to manifest. So you want a relationship with Jesus, or really Jesus, the Most High God, or the Holy Spirit, whatever aspect of God you move closest to, which should be Jesus. But the thing is, if you throw your weight, Jesus can't help you like that. He'll always talk to you. He'll always say nice words, but that's the thing. Jesus is the Most High God, and he'll encourage you, but you have to learn how to manifest. So that's why there's people who talk to God for 20, 30 years, and God's promising them everything, but he's waiting for them to learn how to figure out how to manifest. So let's just make this nice and easy. You trust in God, and you do your part, and you learn how to manifest, or you just trust in God 100%, faith the size of a mustard seed will move mountains. But those mountains will move slowly. Think about what I just said. They will move slowly. They're not going to go running. They'll move. Another example in the Bible, Abraham. And that's the thing. I think about, what if these people in the Bible were to manifest? What if Abraham and his wife, instead of her waiting and waiting and waiting, and they trusted, but that took a long time because belief has assumption in it, and assumption manifests. But if you do more than manifestation, more with manifestation when trusting in God, then you'll have what you want probably immediately. So that's the secret. That's why you have all these unsuccessful Christians. A bunch of really, that's the thing. But I see Christians who cannot heal themselves, and I'm waiting for God to heal me, because you keep waiting. Manifest. How do you manifest? I have videos on how to manifest. And this may sound mean, it may sound harsh. Get out there, get going. God will not help you like that. He won't. He will not tell you that. He'll have you figure it out. And that when people figure it out, they're either moving away from God at that point, or they stop. So that's one thing God will never tell his children. So they figure it out. Manifest. In the Bible, it says it in between the lines, but I'm telling you straight up. So that's why you have for example, your brain's just a computer. I don't want to say, this sucks to say, but you're not let me say this in a special sense. Is that a confirmation? Oh no. I'm going to say right now, all of you with your problems are not that special with your problems. All of you are not special like that. You're special, but not in a soul sense. Not in the sense where your brain is so unique you can't get out of a problem. You're so special to the sense where all of you have the same anatomy when it comes to your brains. So use your brain to manifest. Your brain's just a computer. If you look at an actual computer in your brain, it's the same thing. The CPU, the hypothalamus, it's just a computer. So whatever you upgrade your computer to is what you're actually manifesting. If you're not using your computer, you'll never have what you want. And I know people who are just waiting and waiting and waiting, and God said this, and they're just waiting all day. He's not going to help you like that. You'll wait till you get to heaven. You'll have all these promises that seem like false promises when they're actual promises, and he won't help his children. I see so many children walking away from God because they're just waiting on him when they can't manifest. So it's unfortunate, but then you do find out when you get to heaven. This video is the secret. You manifest and you talk to God. You do your part and you give thanks. Will it suck to manifest? Yeah. Will it suck to wait? Yeah. Will you get what you want? Yeah. Christians don't figure this out. And that's what I see it too much with too many Christians. And it makes Christians look weak. It makes, God is perfect. God is flawless. But then people will have an image of God like, oh, look at all of God's children. They're all kind of just not really doing that well. And there's people over here who don't really talk to God and just use the law of attraction. And they're doing pretty well. Look at what I said in this video. One portion of the whole world throws their weight. Oh, I'ma just pray. Yeah, that's why you have nothing. Or that's why you have constant waiting. Versus the Bible says, James 2:17, 2:18, deeds without action is nothing. All these people have no action. So there are people, and I do know a lot of people who went through most of their life just trusting in God. And then they realize, okay, I guess I really have to manifest. God didn't tell me that. He will never tell you. He will never tell you. He will not tell you ever. Because that's the secret, and I'm giving you the secret. You're welcome, guys. Jesus let me make this video because it gives you guys a secret. He'll never tell you that you have to manifest. But if you want to be successful, you'll listen to my advice in this video. So, and whatever you manifest comes true. So if you're manifesting, for example, I could manifest a pink rabbit for you guys, and you'll all see a pink rabbit at some point in the next year. Like a pink rabbit. A pink rabbit. Someone will gift it to you. Oh, it'll just come out of nowhere. You'll see it on TV. You'll be like, what the? So, you'll probably see a pink rabbit before then, but that's the thing. Get going. There's too many people who are suffering representing Jesus. That's why, and yeah, there are some flying ants because it just rained, and the full moon's beautiful. That's why you guys got to get manifesting. And what you do in one day doesn't matter. Do it every single day consistently. Meditate on your goal as if you have it for 30 minutes a day with Jesus. What else can you do? Here's a secret. Affirmations, audios, visualizing. Do that for a year straight, and whatever you want is yours. If you stop, that's your fault. Don't blame God. God can't help you if you don't manifest. If you have any questions, ask him in the comment section. He'll actually help you, but he'll help you in a very, what seems like a mean and kind of like a dragged out sentence. Ask them in the comment section if you have questions. Ciao. I gave you guys the secret. I thought I gave you this secret. Most of these people are out here squishy and weak, representing Jesus. And there's people who don't even talk to Jesus manifesting everything, would seem like at the very top. That's why this video has the answer in it. Ask your questions in the comments. This is the realest video ever. Ciao. God bless all of you.